Hello, guys. This is Alicia Williams, and I am in Dr. Ewing class, and my religion is based off of Rastafarian, and it comes from Jamaica. And a question that I was supposed to ask was, what other places does this religion comes from, or basically in what other part of the world do people practice it? And they practice in different islands of the Caribbean, Europe, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and England. It's definitely very worldwide due to a lot of resources that they had, aka they had like Bob Marley as one of their poster boys, spreading the word or what their beliefs in through their music. So that's one of the main reasons why this religion is so worldwide right now. It has over 1 million adherents and counting, which means that this religion is definitely spreading like wildfire. It's a very interesting concept because it has different branches. It has different parts of Rastafarian. Just like how Christianity have different sections and different parts of the religion, so do Rastafarian. It asks, is this a new religion? And I want to say yes, because a lot of these religions is based off like before Christ or after Christ or whatever. And this started around in the 1930s. So we can definitely like date and put back the time and the time frame on when this religion has came and exactly where it has went. It started in the 1930s, but it didn't start getting bigger and spreading and having more branches until the late 1940s, like 1945, 1946. But don't kill the messenger, because like I said, I done my research. I looked on a lot of websites, scholarly websites too. So that's what it told me. Another question that I was supposed to answer was, what do the adherents of this particular religion believe? It says that they believe that God is testing them through slavery. They also believe that they await deliverance and return to Zion. Zion is basically like another form of heaven. It's just for the black community. So they are trying to get back to where they have came from, which is Zion. It said describe their worldview. Their worldview is basically based off of like peace, kind, and love. They don't really recommend violence. They have like different types of diets to clear your soul, or basically like purify yourself to get closer to their God. So I feel like their worldviews plays a big part because based off of their worldviews, that's how they see their followers. So if they're preaching and worshiping about peace on earth and all of that, it's definitely something that I would like to keep on continuing to do my research on, because that's all that we want is peace on earth, right? So another question that I was supposed to ask is, what makes this religion unique among others? And I like to look at images. So one of their religion unique, that like one of the characteristics that make this religion very unique is the way that they wear their hair. They base off of their hair like locks, not dreadlocks. They're called locks. Dreadlocks are, I want to say, a derogatory term used against them. They don't recommend to use dreadlocks, so I use locks. Another question that I was supposed to answer was, how do the adherents of this religion practice their faith? And I got some research, and it says that they basically practice their faith by wearing long hair locked in its natural uncombed state, which is the locks that I was telling y'all. They also dress in different colors like red, green, gold, and black. And these four colors, they symbolizes life, force of blood, herbs, royalty, and Africanness. They They also practice their faith by having prayer services, smoking ganja, which is marijuana, but that is just to activate better meditation. And another form of a prayer service would be them playing on the benchies, which is like an all-night drumming ceremony. A question that my professor wanted me to answer was, is there a priesthood or a clergy involved? And no, it is not. They do not place hierarchy structures, or basically they do not have no system where somebody is above somebody. It's all natural. It's all, I respect you the way you respect me. We are one of a kind. We are the same. And there is no professional priesthood. It's basically the word spreading from their followers. The professor asked, are religious scholars important for the community? And I looked that question up on a couple websites, and I didn't find nothing. So I would say no, it is not an important thing, because they have ambassadors. So I feel like their ambassadors are more so the scholars, which means that they go out to different countries and continents and preach the gospel for them. Or they have, like, I keep going on, I'm gonna keep bringing it up. One of their ambassadors is the famous Bob Marley. He sung their beliefs in his music, which spread it worldwide. So I feel like that's one of their scholars or their ambassadors that help preach their gospel. It says, do they have any sacred writing or oral traditions, teachings that they hold dear? Yes, they have a sacred text which is called the Holy Pibby, or they call it the Black Man's Bible. One of the oral traditions is basically, I don't know how to pronounce this, so do not get on me. I am so sorry. It is Naya Benji. It's basically the use of marijuana. So when they be smoking their ganja, they are catching the meditation to bring them higher to their God. Another one would be, would be their language. They speak lyric, which is, in their term, is called dread talk. It's a few out there, but these are the main ones that kept catching my eye. Another question was, do they have regular services? And yes, they have weekly services at either one of the followers' home from their community or a community center. And are their rituals simple or complex? I would say that their rituals are simple, because they basically give you everything that you need to know, that you need to understand. They give you the prayer, they give you the gospel, they give you the word, they give you the Bible. So if in order to understand their rituals, you will have to read and do your own research. But some of the rituals that I prefer are simple, would be their chants, their singings, and the sessions of their smoking ganja. Another question that I was supposed to answer was, do they have a specific code of ethics? And yes, they are supposed to worship and recognize no other God but, but Haile Selassie, which is the person that basically they look to as a god, or the closest to their god. Another code of ethics would be to reject pagan beliefs, love all mankind, and one of the unique things that I would say is they don't use like a regular U.S. calendar. They use a calendar based off of a Ethiopian Orthodox church. And excuse me if I do not pronounce this word right. It's called the Ge'ez calendar, G-E'-E-Z calendar. And it basically describes that Jesus Christ's birthday was January 7th. It has 13 months in that calendar, and it is 7 years behind Georgian calendar. So the last question that I was supposed to ask was, are there any other things that make their religion traditions unique? I would say yes, I found two, and one of them would be that they believe that Jamaica is hell and that Ethiopia is heaven. So they are based out of Jamaica. So, but Jamaica is hell because that's where they brung them from slavery. So they try to get back to Ethiopia, which is considered their heaven. And another unique thing would be that they believe that white persons is inferior to the black person. So it goes really deep in this religion. I would not say it's a very common religion. Like, you don't hear about Rastafarian in a lot of US states, but more so like different islands. So if you go to like probably like Haiti or the Barbados, like something on the Caribbean, you would hear more about Rastafarian. But I chose this religion because it's one of the religions that, like I said, you don't really hear about. So it was interesting that it crossed my laptop because, you know, we know Bob Marley based off of his singing and his lyrics. So you just put two to two together, and it's just like a new world. And I just found that so interesting. But thank you for coming to my exam final, and y'all have a great day.